How do y'all feel here from Peterson Farms in Nashville? And today we're going to try out a new battery operated tool that I just picked up. That's right. So stick around and find out what it is and how it works. So when shopping for battery powered tools, you've got many options these days. And I stick with two primary manufacturers of battery operated tools. That would be my Stihl tools, which you've seen on the show, and then also the Dewalt. So anyway, there it is, the Dewalt hedge trimmer. And the reason I purchased one of these was with my wife. I've always had gas operated tools and she has a hard time pulling and getting them started. But with the battery tool, it's the perfect solution for just about anybody. But especially, it's a nice gift for your wives if you want to make them happy and buy them a tool like this. So there's a few key reasons I decided to buy this tool from a Dewalt instead of Stihl. Stihl, great brand, great tools. I also have the batteries that match most of their tools. But with the Stihl hedge trimmer, you had to have a special battery, and it was so darn expensive. Where with this Dewalt trimmer, I already had plenty of the Dewalt 20V batteries of various sizes, and they just snap right on to the end. And I can use the tools that I need with the same batteries. And this particular brand hedge trimmer was probably 1/3 the price of the Stihl. So it was an easy decision. What I like about it so far is not only that you can use the existing batteries you have, but it has a sheath that you pull off that protects the blades. And then I just noticed that if you have a rack system, this can mount right on that rack system. And you can store it away or on your equipment, whatever you decide. Now the first thing I noticed, I'm not so sure about these cutters, but we're gonna find out if they do the job. And I'm not sure how long the battery charge will last on this particular unit. Let's go find out. We have some shrubs to shrub. Let's just start with this little guy. See how she works. then you can finish it up with your steel blower. So anyway, I highly like this and I recommend it to anybody who needs to trim their shrubs. It is a very versatile tool. Even with the battery pack on there, you know, you might think it's heavy, but think about dragging that cord, that electric cord around behind you and constantly yanking on it or reconnecting it. With the battery, maybe a little bit heavier, not much, and definitely well worth the money. The trimming is a little bit different experience than an electric trimmer. It seems slower, which it probably is, but once you get used to it, it actually does a much nicer trim job than the electric units that I've had in the past. So definitely recommend the 20-volt Dewalt hedge trimmer for anybody that needs to trim their hedges or bushes or whatever you need to trim. But be careful.